Hey guys, good morning. Coach Danielle here. And if you are an HBCU business owner, tag you are it this morning. As we show love to HBCU business owners, we're going to ask you to tag your favorite HBCU business. And we're going to be talking about how they can grow their operations and grow the people that get in touch with them. So if you went to a historically black college or university, we want you to shout your school out in the comments and then tag some of the alumni from your school as we talk about an exciting opportunity to be able to grow your knowledge and your business, which is important. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a voracious networker. I love the fact that building relationships has the opportunity to build our revenue. And I'm here with Mr. Howard today, founder of HBCUBiz.com. And he's going to be talking to you today about an amazing upcoming conference slash knowledge disbursement slash networking event that he has going on this week that we want to give you a special opportunity to get your ticket to today. So I need to see you in the comments. Call all HBCU business owners. If you're and shout your school out in the comments as we talk about this amazing opportunity. Go ahead, Mr. Howard.
No, thanks a lot, Coach. And you talked about something, relationships, connectivity equals revenue. So, hey, you develop those relationships, connect with new people, and deeper with the folks you already know. And that's what HBCU Biz is about, creating a community where we connect with our own. Coach, you're right there in Houston. You got two historically black colleges, one which I send money to in the form of tuition for my son, Prairie View. But there are a lot of business owners from other schools. They don't know each other. I mean, they literally could be doing business with each other. There are products and services that you go to that you purchase on a regular basis in your life and your business. What if you could put that back into our HBCU ecosystem, our African American ecosystem? And that's what HBCU is about. But the conference literally gives those business owners an opportunity to spend 2 afternoons working on themselves. That's right, working on themselves. So the theme of the conference is SOAR, sales, opportunities, automation, and revenue. Some automation tricks that drive revenue is something that you're going to learn. You're going to learn some strategies to help you with that. How do you increase sales? That's something that we're going to talk a lot about. And, from a marketing standpoint, what do you do to create those new opportunities? Because see, sales are derived from opportunities. So the more opportunities you have, the greater your sales can be, because then you are able to talk to more people, serve more people, and really benefit a larger marketplace. But going back to HBCU Biz, really for me, I call it the long game. The conference is one of the first public events, even though we've been spending the last 9 months behind the scenes, doing things, putting things together, working on this program. So you can go over to the link here, the bit.ly link, HBCU Biz, that you see beneath you, and grab your tickets and join us. So go ahead and do that, please. I do. I'm a Southern guy, so hey, please. You see my Howard shirt on. That's my name, but Southern is where I graduated from. Secondly is just the overall community, HBCUBiz.com. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and that will be happening next week, you'll be able to list your business at no charge. Okay, that is something we will be doing. And then ongoing networking. That's going to be part of the community. We will be having events at least twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month, where you can connect and meet other business owners. And that's the key part. Connect with each other, grow with each other, introduce other business owners to your network. And if they're serving, guess what? Man, that will make a huge difference. And so things like that is part of the community. But when I think about it as a whole, Coach, I think about our vision, overall vision is 5 years from now. I want to have 100,000 business owners connected and growing double-digitly. Okay. Yeah, I did create that word, double-digitly. And what that simply means is that, you're having 15, 20% increase every year in your business. So just imagine where you are, 25, 30%. Because if you increase your business 25% every year, guess what? You double your revenue. But more importantly is how much of that you keep. You know, how much of that revenue you keep, because see, that's the thing that to me is important is, you know, there's a saying, coach, that says cash flow is king, cash keep is the queen. And we know the queen rules the board. Ask Mr. Troy. So your audience know who Mr. Troy is. And so when you think about that, the queen rules the board. It's how much cash are you able to keep? How much currency are you able to keep? And so in today's time, you think about it, people talk about their top number, but hey, how much of that were you able to take to the bank? How much of that were you able to put into your community? How much of that are you able to serve your purpose and your family's purpose? So that is something that I think you have to begin to look at as a business owner. You know, if I could talk to you just a little bit as we go in, and as part of what I'm going to talk about is what's your next 91 days? You know, we call it that 91-day checkup. And so, but we help you create a 91-day game plan, because that's part of our system. That's part of the system that we teach in our academy. That's part of the system I teach to business owners, is focus on 91 days at a time. Yeah, have this great vision. So that vision we have for HBCU Biz is 100,000, you know, business owners. But that's not going to happen overnight. I know that. It could happen tomorrow night, but not overnight. But, you know, as we think about that, so I have to ask myself, what am I focused on these next 91 days? You know, as I'm working with Coach and talking to Coach and her team, you know, they challenged me to get clarity on that, you know. So part of what we have coming out of the conference is a whole 91-day game plan for HBCU Biz. And then other parts of my life, I have the same game plan. But the purpose of that game plan is move towards your ultimate vision. Move towards that big goal you have. And so you're going to learn that process at HBCU Biz Conference. On day 2, I'm going to really dive in and share that process with you. Share those core principles. You know, go from goal setting to goal getting. Okay, goal setting to goal getting. If you're listening, put that in the chat. I want to go from goal setting to goal getting. And one of the keys to that is really what we call behavior-based goal setting. And that simply means that you must first be a new person. You must do new things before you can have new things. So we call it be, do, have. You know, who must I become in order to do? You know, I've watched a lot of coaches' trainings, and that's what she talked to you ladies about. That's what she talks to her community about. That's what she shares with you about increasing your revenue. But there are certain things that you must do on a consistent basis. But first, you must have that mindset that and believe that you can do that. That's where that shift happens. You know, for me, it was the same with HBCU Biz. And so, you know, go from that goal setting to get in the goal. I love that one. Hey, network, you know, go from that goal setting. You know, just don't be setting them goals. Don't be setting them goals, y'all. We got to get that goal. And goal in today's, you know, comes in format of, I like to say, go, you know, it used to be cash flow. Now it's currency flow. So it could be Bitcoins. It could be, you know, you got payment. So currency comes.
Pesos, it could be Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App. You can Zelle me. Right? It don't matter. I just need that currency. It ain't got to be cash. You know, cash is still good now. I ain't got no problem with some cash. But that currency is king. I mean, but the keep is the queen. How much of it you keep is the queen. And then the queen rules the board. If you ever played chess, coach, you know that for a fact. That queen can do what she want to do. And so when you have that currency that you own, it makes a huge difference. But part of that, you know, that's what in HBCU Biz, we have over 12 speakers. I got, you're going to love this. One of our keynotes, she's going to be talking about killer pitches for killer bitches. Excuse the language if it offended you. But she said, hey, you know, you got to be able to pitch and share whatever your dream is, what's your product or service. That makes a difference. And so she's competed on Shark Tank and been in front of some of the largest audience and developing that. We got George C. Frazier, Dr. George C. Frazier. We call him the OG, you know, because he really teaches but he really lives networking. I mean, that's what his whole life has been. And then some other coaches and trainers. And hopefully Coach will grace the stage, just depending on where she's at in this deep freeze thaw out she's going through, that we all
Mhm.
know.
You
She's
know, but Mr. Howard, you said something the other day, instrumental. And
uh
I think until we really get it, we're not going to get it. That we got to honor our own businesses the same way we honor other people's businesses.
oh, Coach.
We got
Ooh,
to give each other grace. We got to show each other support. And you know, the Bible says you want a friend, you got to show yourself friendly.
yeah,
So that means that if you want people to refer, you got to understand how to be a good referrer.
yeah,
And that's almost impossible to do without a community that understands how we all contribute to the greater good. It's almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like an economic environment, like an environment in nature where the bees pollinate the flowers
well, it's an
and
ecosystem. I mean, it really
right.
is an ecosystem, and that's what you're talking about, I believe.
And you know what we're gonna see is that there's more than enough for everybody. And the more people you get next to you, the more your target client is in their audience. So without an introduction, without partnership, without collaboration, without working together, you don't have a way to access that person that they've known for years.
Yeah,
And the best way to get revenue and the best way to grow your business is through introductions. So you can go out there and run advertising ads, but until somebody says, "Hey, uh, I know that person is running those ads," and you may have been seeing those ads, and you say, tell me about that person." You're gonna be much more convicted to do business with that person than you are without a referral or without an introduction, without a recommendation. So to me, this is a great chance for business owners to grow their territory.
well, Coach, let me just share one story that's already happened out of HBCU Biz and part of my journey. There are two people that I've met because of this in the last 2 months. One gentleman actually is, yes, he's part of a group that raised capital, and they're creating I want to say it's a $400 million fund to support brown tech companies. Okay. When I say support, not, grants, but literally invest in brown, black and brown tech companies. And so literally about 3 weeks ago, through this journey, I met a gentleman who has a tech company. He's in his second stage of funding, seed funding. And so literally, we connected because of HBCU Biz. And as we were talking, he hit me back after our conversation saying, "Howard, sometimes you meet people that just seems like you've known forever, and, God put you there for a reason." I said, "Hey, we'll figure that reason out, but let's enjoy the season." And so literally a week later, he hit me. He said, "Hey, man, been following what you're doing. I'm pitching some VCs today." So I hit him back, went well, got another conversation with him. But just this week, I said, "Okay, I'm introducing you to this gentleman. I'm introducing you to each other." And so now they're going to have a conversation on how they can help. What's going to grow out of it, I don't know. But once again, as Coach said, is that introduction takes them from just getting in the batter's box to hopefully at second base and maybe even third base, so they can go ahead and do something that benefit both parties. And Coach, that is part of what happens when you have those introductions. You're not in the batter's box, as it comes into a baseball or softball analogy, but you're literally on base without having to get up to bat because of that introduction. So when you think about your audience, Coach, if someone comes to you and someone in your inner circle says, "Hey, here's someone, Coach, that you should know, and you guys could help each other," you take that call. But
I do it all the time, but I'll tell you too, a great deal of my revenue has been from partnerships and collaborations because we're all matter experts at something.
yeah,
And just to be able to pass those connections over. Because sometimes if you need a website built, you don't know who to go to. You don't even know where to start. This person's going to take my money and disappear. So having a network where you can form these relationships that are quid pro quo, where I give something in return, I think that's going to be instrumental in moving the needle on where we need to be in our economic business finances.
Well, one of the conversations too that we want to have as we move forward, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later, is what our institutions. What are our schools doing? What are our schools doing to position their alumni in front of their alumni? So their alumni business owners in front of their alumni. I mean, so when you think of a school such as, because you're in Houston, I'll pick on Texas Southern and Prairie View, all those graduates that own businesses. I mean, literally, Coach, I have a retail store. And so 2 weeks ago, there was a gentleman from Prairie View that owns a transportation company. He has about 20 trucks. I didn't know who he was until 2 weeks ago. About a month ago, someone called me saying, hey, it was about 6 weeks ago. Hey, do you know of some Black-owned trucking companies that can truck vaccines from from Atlanta to Texas? And I didn't know them. But having those resources, knowing who people are, and more particular, knowing who people in your community are, your HBCU community, your Black-owned community, being able to put those kind of dollars in their pockets, putting them into those relationships. Because just imagine if if I'd have been able to connect him a year from now, he may have another truck or two if that's his desire. But that is, that's what gives me chills. That's what keeps me up at night working on this project and creating a conference like this. So those kind of people can come together, Coach.
And I know you're very enthusiastic about HBCU in a way that you want to promote longevity for the alumni, not just I went to an HBCU and I got my degree, but making off over and over and over. So, guys, I can't tell you enough. The other day, you guys got in here and you shared this broadcast, and there were so many shares and comments. And I want you to I know it's Saturday morning, as you come across this today, make sure you're doing the same thing you did on last Wednesday. Share the broadcast, invite other people to participate. This won't be the last one, but you want to be in on the ground floor.
Coach, one of the things I'll say is that, our conference is running from 1 to 6 both days. You may not be able to attend all of it, but the beautiful part about being virtual, you'll be able to plug in and out where you are. And we are going to make the replay available in various formats, but you can check and click and see from that. But importantly is it only takes one thing from where you are today to make a difference in your life. One of the things that someone said yesterday, I was hosting a conference. We do virtual events, and I was emceeing actually. And the speaker said something. I asked her a question. I said, what brought you from a, six-figure, high six-figure business law firm to almost a 8-figure law firm now, And she said, I had to take that leap of faith. I said, okay, but what's the key? Because a lot of times, people have that anchor that's keeping them. She said, there's one thing about it. There's a look of facts, but no matter how long you look at the facts, you still got to take that leap of faith.
And you got to take, and that's one of the things I advocate for you guys, that money doesn't make itself. So if you're looking to grow your money, you're looking to grow your knowledge, you got to take a step, go out there, grab you a ticket, ping another HBCU business owner. Don't wait in the wings. Things are just going to happen for you, because that's not how it happens. You have to do something to move that process along. So he's going to have some amazing speakers, some amazing networking opportunities. Get your ticket at bit.ly/HBCUBiz. If you come across this video, I want you to make sure you're sharing it like crazy, putting it in some of the HBCU groups on Facebook, tagging some of the HBCU um, marketers on Instagram. Just make sure you're leveraging all of your contacts. One of the things, and I went off yesterday afternoon about our inability to see what needs to be passed on and what doesn't. So if
Oh
you're
man.
over there, if you're over there sharing pictures of grandma twerking and you're over there sharing pictures of ghetto weddings where they're drinking Kool-Aid out of a champagne fountain, you're the main one that needs to share something positive, even if you're not an HBCU business owner.
Because the same principles. And one of the things that somebody asked me the other day was, Howard, why just HBCU business owner? I said, well, our primary focus, and you teach this, you got to have a target market, you got to have a community you serve. But just like HBCUs, when I look at Texas Southern, which is in the heart of Third Ward, is yes, there's that campus, but it serves the community. Okay, so there's a campus, but there's the community. So if you're an African American owned business, yes, you're welcome, because you're our cousins too, and that's how I look at it. If you went to Southern, you're my brother and sister. You went to Texas Southern or Prairie View, we first cousins. The rest of y'all, we second and third cousin, but we still
But
all
you
go to
know,
family reunion and have fun with Big Mama and them. Okay,
and
so
I'm gonna say this too in closing, Mr. Howard. Back in the gap, you will fight for your second.
no, you definitely would. Back in the gap, you would fight for your family, and so your family businesses. I want you fighting for them and helping them. And I'll share this story, Coach. I've had opportunities where I've actually managed games and had the opportunity to be that master vendor, if you would, for these big classic games, several of them. And some of my partners like, man, well, we can just block everybody else out and not bring other vendors. And I'm like, man, that's not the atmosphere that this was built on. I said, and literally a couple months ago, someone called me and said, man, I think back to those days, those games you had, you helped me get through something, or you helped me get through that. And that is what being a business owner about. That's what, that's why God bless you with a great mind and a little bit of control at times, is really to help others. And that's what, it's about, Coach, and sharing this to fellow alumni, sharing this to fellow business owners, saying, hey, here's something that if you make a small investment, it's going to give you huge dividends. Because what Coach said, you just can't put your money under the pillow, under the mattress, and expect for it to grow. You got to invest it in some way. And one of the best investments you can make is in yourself.
Yeah, you
One of
put
the
too many
best
pillows
investment
over
is in
there
yourself.
to hide that money in that pillowcase, it might come up missing. So, guys, make sure
Hmm.
you go to the link bit.ly/HBCU Biz. Get your ticket now. Tag an HBCU business owner or your favorite HBCU business in the post. And, guys, that's right. Dr. Bernice said you have to be in it to win it. Be in the seat to learn what you need to grow to build your business, because you don't know what you don't know, and trying to guess it, do it all by yourself, just works for two. It just takes too long. So thank you, Mr. Howard. We're gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna leave this broadcast up for you to share and tag other HBCU alumni and business owners, and we will see you kick off next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, Coach, at 1 o'clock Central Time. So we put it at that time so you West Coast folks didn't have to get up too early.
Right. I understand. I used to be in San Diego, so I get it.
But no, definitely. Hey, we're excited about it. And Coach, to your audience, thanks a lot for the support. Hey, we're in it to win it, but it's a whole lot more fun when you're winning with a team.
It is. All right. Thank you, Mr. Howard. You have a good morning, okay?
All right. Have a rest of Super Saturday. Go do something different today, y'all. Have a good one.